Yep, we'll hit this thing. Oh, hey! Welcome to Dumb Investing. That guy's Harry. Oh, that guy. I will never get that right.
That guy's the Mr. Picker that doesn't get it right.
Oh, all right. It's about to get dumb up in here. Woo! What a day. I'm telling you, dude, hump day. I am beat.
Is it?
All right.
Wow.
It is. Yeah, and it's.
I tell you.
It's like 6 Mondays in a row. That's how it feels.
Yeah.
So, loyal viewers, welcome. Newbies, you've stumbled upon the dumbest investing channel in all of YouTube's. You're going to waste a half hour of your life listening to a bunch of crazy talking here. So it's going to be awesome. So those of you who have joined us since the beginning, way back when, you remember we used to have this awesome daily show. We'd show up. We'd be like, hey, dude, what's going on? High fives. We'd roll some random dice. We'd pick some random stocks. We'd do a little bit of homework. We'd buy a random stock the next day, and we'd go and review our portfolio. So, Harry, onto our portfolio, since we don't have any money to buy random stocks right now because we've spent it all on that red zone. Good God. Every single one of them's red except for one. So if you all remember, yesterday we had a talk about wanting to get the daily show running again. How's the portfolio doing? And we had picked this mystery number out of the air. And we said, hey, when stuff's at 12%, we're going to sell it, start making some money and flipping stocks and doing this daily show and having fun. And then we'll talk about real estate stuff too later. But okay, well, went to sell Key today because we were at 12% yesterday. And guess what the market did? Crashola. At lunch, I log in. I'm like, oh, Key is down. It's down. Our profit was only like 9%. I'm like, we're done. We're not selling anything today. 9%. We want 10. We want 12. So
we need 12.
Yeah. So how we doing?
Not great. So what a wild day today in the markets. I mean, did you hear anything about what happened to crypto this morning? Holy moly.
So here's what I saw. I got a headline that said Bitcoin under, was it 30? Went to like
30.
29 something is what it hit. And it was just like, OMG, because it was what? 6 weeks ago at 68,000?
Yeah, dude.
I mean, what the heck?
Look at what happened to Bitcoin today. Yeah. 29,000.
Oh, is that Bitcoin right now?
That's Bitcoin right now.
Huh.
Oh, no, sorry. 38,000 is Bitcoin right now. This is where
did it hit?
Oh, that's a day. That's the low for the day.
No, so that's where it is right now. Where's the low of the day?
Yeah, this is right now. The day's here. Day is here. So $29,258.
Ouch, dude.
Wow.
But it's bounced back up to 38 right now?
Yeah, it's at 38,000 right now. So congrats
to those that bought the $10,000. No doubt. Buy the dip. Woo!
Yeah. Absolutely unbelievable. All kinds of craziness today in the crypto markets. All of the exchanges were out of service. All it happened to be at the same time.
All the paper handing handlers who are just freaking out, selling everything. So what happened? What caused that? Do you know? Have you heard?
No, not generally. I have not heard what caused it.
China said that cryptos are not currency and they are not allowed to be used for any type of purchasing whatsoever. And so, so they rocked the world.
But I thought that already happened. I thought China already came out and said, no, we're not taking cryptos. You're not allowed to do anything with crypto.
Yeah, there was something that they did earlier, but today they just said you can't use it for something. I don't remember what their prior rule was, but now it's like, because we can't regulate it. We can't do anything. We don't get taxes.
Sure.
No cryptos at all. So
so what about all the miners in China? Are they still allowed to mine?
I don't know. I don't know these things. I'm just telling you the headline I heard.
If they're not allowed to mine, then crypto to the moon, because it's going to be very expensive to mine.
Yeah,
there's not going to be a lot of miners around. Most of the mining happens in China.
I would assume the miners can still mine because they can sell those coins on the open market. They're not using them for commerce, right?
I
don't know.
If they're selling something, isn't that commerce?
I don't know. That's what drove Bitcoin down this morning is news from China saying that you can no longer use it for commerce or whatever. So yeah.
So Doge today, it bottomed out at 19.5 cents.
Wow. Man, that would have been a buy. Holy cow.
And now it's back up to 35 cents. So whoever bought Doge,
it's doubled.
Yeah, almost doubled.
Well
and
done.
And it still says it's down 19% for the day.
You fools. Well done. Well played.
Unbelievable. Yep. Yeah. So, yeah, that kind of sent the market into an absolute free fall this morning. So that's kind of why all of our stocks are red. I think there's more to it than that. There's a lot going on out there right now, but
well, the Federal Reserve isn't helping things. Anytime they talk, them just talking freaks out the market. And what they said today has everybody spooked, even though Jay Powell says, right now conditions aren't ripe for this, but we do want you people to know that at one point in the future, we probably will need to possibly maybe talk about, I don't know, maybe a taper. And all that Wall Street heard was, taper, your free money is gone. Oh my God, run for the exit, sell everything, buy gold. Yeah.
Right. Yes. So when they talk taper, that means they're going to be buying less bonds and putting all of that, what is it, $120 billion a month of money printing?
Yep.
So they put $120 billion per month into the U.S. economy. And by the way, this is also happening in Canada, although probably to the degree of, I don't know, probably $4 or something like that, as Lloyd would say.
And it's not just Canada.
It's everywhere.
The Swiss are doing it. The Chinese are doing it. Japan is doing it. Everybody's doing it.
It's everybody's doing it, yeah. So, and overseas it's worse because their bond rates and their yields are actually negative. So if you wanted to go back, what was it, Germany? The German-backed bond was a negative yield?
I think it's still negative today.
Yeah. So, you're paying the government to hold your money to get it back later at a discount.
You're handing the government $10,000, and they are saying in 10 years we'll give you $9,950 back. Boom.
I don't get that at all. Right.
I don't either.
Nobody's going to buy that, are they?
They are. And maybe there's some sort of tax loophole that some guy has figured out that, hey, if you do this and you put your money here and you do that, and then this is a loss. I don't know, dude.
Can you short it?
I don't think you can do that.
Can you buy the inverse?
There's probably some fool who has an inverse. Yeah, I bet there is.
Well, if there's an inverse of the negative, then you'd have the positive, right? So as it went back the other way, wouldn't you gain more?
I don't know. That's stuff that I don't even want to talk about. I have never gotten into bonds because I can't learn that stuff. It's hard enough to learn this other stuff. Bonds is a whole different game. It's a completely opposite gameplay. It's nuts.
Well, back in the day, bonds made a lot more sense.
Back in the day, bonds were always safety, right? That, hey, I want my money, but you had much better interest. You could say, hey, my bond is going to at least keep up and maybe beat inflation. Right now, 1.65 on a 10-year, good luck. That's nuts. But there's people that still buy them because, I don't know. I don't know anything about bonds. I've stayed away from them.
So when they start tapering and scaling back these purchases, then bond rates should increase, right?
Yes, because people flock to bonds for safety. And if they're unsure of the market and what's going to happen due to inflation, then yes, people flee to safety. And you'll also see gold. People start flocking to gold. They thought it was going to be Bitcoin. Who knows if that's ever going to happen? And there's 132 different cryptos you can buy today? Sure.
Maybe 132,000.
It's a bunch, right? Unicorn fart coin, whatever.
Kathy Wood Even in spite of today, Kathy Wood still thinks Bitcoin is going to 500,000.
I know, within 5 years. And she is a smart cookie. So are we all dumb for not buying Bitcoin? Should we have some Bitcoin? I mean, sitting around, just sit on, 50 grand worth of Bitcoin, see what happens?
I don't know, dude.
I know.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I'll dabble in cryptos. I'm not sure I want to put in $50,000 into cryptos.
So at lunch, the colleagues and I were talking about crypto. And one of them had said that the town he lives in, which is south of here by about 20 miles, says that there are people everywhere, merchants, taking Bitcoin now. You can go buy lunch with Bitcoin. You can pay for gas with Bitcoin. There's Bitcoin being accepted everywhere there.
Huh? How do you do it?
I have no idea. He said that you get a wallet, and your wallet has a QR whatever thing, and they have these QR readers, and you just go in there and they say, hey, it's a little live screen that says the current exchange rate is this, just like you're exchanging moose bucks for American bucks, and you just beep, done, transactions completed.
Huh?
Yeah,
but that's weird. Maybe, but the transaction rate on Bitcoin, like usually it takes like 10 minutes to mine the transaction.
I don't know. I think once you walk away, it's a done deal. Who knows? I don't know. But
that's cool.
So then they were talking about how some government agency is all pissed off about this happening because apparently taxes aren't being collected on Bitcoin transactions, and they have subpoenaed a bunch of transaction history so that they can go after the sales tax. So,
no way.
Oh, yeah. And I think as a merchant, if you sell a product and you're supposed to collect your tax on it, whether somebody pays with cash or check or credit card, you're collecting sales tax. Why wouldn't you collect sales tax with the Bitcoin, right? I mean, somebody's going to go to jail. It's going to get ugly as sin.
Well, all I can say is this probably happened when the US dollar was created or the Canadian dollar was created too, right? Like everything goes through its trials and tribulations, no matter what. And, I think we're still in the very infancy of cryptos.
For sure.
I think there's going to be use for them someday. And, if you just do some little nibble buys on cryptos, you never know where you might end up. But certainly don't invest life-saving amount of money. Like, what was he, the Dogecoin millionaire? Don't be that guy. Don't do that.
So I had
that guy?
I had a meme. I don't know how to say the word.
Meme
mailed to me by one of my buddies, and it was hilarious. And it was a guy saying, so in 2020, I made X amount of money with Bitcoin. I made X amount of money with Dogecoin. I bought a lottery ticket. I made a bunch of money. So my investing advice, just be a freaking idiot. I loved it.
There's a reason that dumb investing exists, right?
Absolutely. Okay, so portfolio. I didn't see. Did we talk about our two worst losers?
No, they're all losers.
Are we just like, forget it, they're all losers?
Yeah, Hailing and Socket, and then up in the green, BurgerFi. BurgerFi, big winner today.
Freaking day trading. I'm going to start day trading BurgerFi in my personal life, I think, and Socket, just because. Golly. Those two. Oh, look, that's beautiful.
Yeah, so overall for the week, we are now down. All of the gains that we had at the beginning of the week have been evaporated. So thanks to the stock market and the Fed for doing all of those fun things and taking all of our money.
Thanks, you paper-handed suits. Losers. Oh, my God.
Totally losers.
Yeah. So we will keep looking. If Key has a pop, we're going to probably sell some of our Key. What was the other one that was up close to that? Didn't we have a 10%? Was it Lazy Boy? Oh, Gates,
Gates.
yeah. So we're going to keep an eye on those when we do hit like a 12% return. We're going to sell those suckers. So we may bring back the daily show like once a week. We'll roll some dice, have some fun. We're going to start buying bigger blocks when we do this, according to my CPA, because we're dumb. So it'll be awesome. And let's see, picker update. Remember I told you I had my eyes set on this beautiful house in my neighborhood. I fell in love with it. And I just wanted to get inside so I could see the inside before I bought it. Well, it's gone. It sold today. Yeah. So
yeah, we saw that coming, didn't we?
We knew that was going to happen. So I got a pre-market house today same kind of deal, except it's 2 miles away. But so I'm trying to get a hold of my realtor and saying, hey man, are we going to do this? Are we going to buy a house or do I need to find somebody else? So I don't know if she's got some personal stuff going on. I don't know, but I'm kind of bummed because that one was right down the street. It was awesome, easy to check on, that kind of stuff. The pool, it just keeps filling with water. It's awesome. Maybe Sunday I'll take pictures. It's supposed to stop raining then, and you guys can see what a sludgy, gross, duck-infested, partially built pool looks like. It's awesome. Are you guys trading on paper? No, sir. We are trading real live dollars on our Webull account, and that we've made deposits of $3,000, and we went out, we bought those things. You guys, down below, there's a link to our spreadsheet. You can click that spreadsheet that shows each day the stocks that we reviewed. We did a random dice thing. We picked 3 stocks, and we did research on all 3 of those. If you watch some of the old episodes, you can kind of see that happen. We then picked 1 stock, and we bought that stock the next day. And because we work 9-to-5 jobs, we don't really watch the market. So it would be generally around lunchtime when I would log into the Webull and kind of hope we picked a good time to buy it, and we would actually execute. So we have invested $3,000 so far. Our account was at $27.98, so we've lost $200 to date, and that's pretty dumb. But we are very optimistic that as the market comes back, the market's down a whole bunch since we started this channel doing that stuff. So yeah, we're hoping it's going to come back, and we are very optimistic about the whole market coming back later, and we get to reap some of those rewards.
Yeah, probably in the fall. But if you're referring to like paper handing or the paper handed weenie babies or the paper handed sissies that we were referring to, that really just means we're talking about the day traders and the guys or the folks over there and the suits in Wall Street, as we call them, that they go in and they make day trades, or they end up crashing the market by short selling and selling when they shouldn't be selling and all that kind of stuff. It's just a fun way for us to to talk about the people that keep making the market go down. Yeah.
So Jay's Law, if I recall correctly, yesterday you were asking about UK stuff. So I'm assuming maybe you might be UK based. So you may not be fully in on some of the slang that we're using. Wall Street Bets, the Reddit subreddit, Wall Street Bets, had a bunch of meme stock happening around the GameStop and AMC and stuff like that. And the term paper hands had come out, meaning people who are going just for profit. And then the diamond hands are the people that are in it because there's a cause behind it. They're going to hold long term. Right. So that's when we joke about the Wall Street being paper handers. We know the suits are only out there to steal everybody else's money.
And soon, one day in the fall, we're going to be talking about tendies. Yeah. And tendies, that is another
tendies are good things.
Tendies are good things. So they talk about chicken tendies. So
let them warm up in the oven till they're just right. And then you sell and
chicken tendies.
Get a lot of tendies, and life is great. And we use crazy slang like that because we're dumb. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's the
hope that helps. Did that answer the question, or are we just like in another galaxy and you're just like, what happened to those guys?
We get to nuts. Completely different. Yeah,
I know. It's awesome. Bunch of yahoos.
That's awesome. So for today in the development world, the painters were supposed to be here today for priming. Well, they didn't show up.
We love it, dude. Thanks, man. Good comment. He said he's keeping up with it and he loves the show,
Okay, cool.
which is awesome.
Awesome.
That makes my day. That's so
Fantastic.
Cool.
Yeah, it's great to see. So the painters they didn't show up, but so I made a call, and then the people that are kind of managing the project for us, they made a call. So at 4:30 today, there's a guy that showed up with a bucket of paint. So that was pretty cool. And then I guess there's a crew coming tonight. I don't know. I mean, it seems crazy to me that they're going to paint tonight, but apparently they're coming to paint tonight.
So I know y'all do things a little bit different north of the border up there. Do you spray your paint, or are you guys like brushes and rollers and stuff?
Well, we use moose hair.
Okay, moose hair brushes. That's what I was expecting, and that makes life all the better.
No, they spray it.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
I didn't know. I mean, I gotta ask, right?
I think the crew's coming later today, and they're gonna spray and get it all primed up, ready to go, and get that done. And then I had a bit of an issue with the finishing, so I don't think we talked about this, but so for the moldings and the doors and stuff, I went out and tried to buy them. Well,
okay.
Do you know that there's a supply chain shortage out in the entire freaking global world right now?
Wait a minute. You mean people can't get lumber? What?
They can't get lumber. They can't get doors. They can't get moldings. They can't get anything.
Jay, if you're still watching this, is that happening over there in the UK too? Because over here in America, dude, it's nuts. Our lumber has gone up, I don't know, 4 times, 5x. It's insane. And yeah, so it's crazy.
It's completely crazy. So like I can't even get just regular MDF moldings, like flat stock, the most simple moldings you get. Like there's usually billions of feet that people are trying to get rid of all the time. No, don't have any. Sorry.
So do you think, so something that's happened in the last couple of days, Home Depot and Lowe's both hit it out of the park, right? Just crazy.
Yeah.
Beat on the top, beat on the bottom, record earnings, and their stock's going down because you think the street's like, they don't got nothing to sell anymore, man. It's crazy.
Well, and there's truth to that.
It's going on in Europe too.
Yeah,
they've got messages
worldwide.
Worldwide.
It is. It's global, completely global. I mean, the semiconductors are having an impact on everything, right? So the entire semiconductor space affects everything. So any automation equipment, anything, any piece of electronics, anything. And we all know how electronic everything is these days, right? Like I guarantee you that, McDonald's, they had to raise their rates in the US or their wages in the US because they can't get any workers. Well, if they could get those automated teller things do you guys have those? The little like automated where you choose your menu and all that stuff, and then we spits out food on the other side.
We used to before the pandemic, but you're not allowed to go inside during the pandemic. But yeah. We had those where you didn't have to talk to Betty anymore. You just walked up and beep boop 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 beep. Yeah.
Right. But the problem is they can't get those either. So there's no solution. You can't have the computer do it, and you can't get people to do it. So what do? You're hooped. So, and this is world.
We go back to cavemen, man. Rubbing sticks, making some fire.
Hey, you may not be far off, but hopefully the semiconductor shortage ends here in the near future. But I think we're a long ways away from any sort of normalcy. I think supply chain issues are going to be a couple years out.
Man, it's crazy.
And I don't really like that.
No, it's hitting Ford real hard, dude. Man, they're talking about how they were stopping certain lines to get that new Lightning truck up and running, and just crazy. Trying to conserve chips. I couldn't imagine doing that.
They're announcing that officially tomorrow, I think, right?
Oh, yeah?
So
we can't answer that
material at the same time. Well, we can add a little bit of insight. I mean, the pandemic certainly put a huge crimp into everybody's plans, right? So we went through a phase where we thought early in the pandemic that consumerism was going to stop effectively, right? Everything was going to be shut down. So what did the manufacturers do? They shut down like right away. They curtailed immediately. So all of their production issues, or sorry, all of their production essentially declined real fast. And also the pandemic also happened to hit China a lot harder than the rest of the world. And in where the pandemic started, it's a huge manufacturing center. So that basically started, it was a catalyst to start this teeny little snowball that started rolling down the hill, and it kept growing and growing and growing as manufacturers kept shutting down because of the pandemic, thinking that demand would dry up. Well, what happened was demand didn't ultimately dry up. Specifically, housing and whatnot, there was still solid demand through it, even though everybody feared that there wasn't going to be. The demand was still there. So being that there was no supply, demand was still here, and supply was going this direction. So demand was staying up high, and supply was going down. So then what ended up happening is people got fearful of supply shortages. So what did they do? They bought everything in sight. Well, there's only so much that you can have in sight. And then as you buy, then you start buying stuff that's not in sight. So you're buying stuff from, that's forward looking, that's still coming from China. So if you look at at all of the imports coming into the US and Canada right now, and probably the UK, in Europe as well, the docks have never been busier. They like the amount of boats that are sitting out in the ocean waiting to be unloaded is astronomical. So it's just snowballed so catastrophically and make this perfect little, perfect storm kind of thing. So, the semiconductors is the beginning of the supply chain issues. Steel is a shortage as well. Everything is short. So once we start seeing semiconductors come back, which is probably the beginning of where everything kind of starts, we'll start to see the rest of the what would you call them, the supply chain, start to alleviate itself. But I think we're a long ways away.
Yeah. So I don't know if this happened in Canada, but in America, as the pandemic hit, and I know this because I know certain people in certain industries, and in one industry, these guys said, hey, we shut down because we thought consumerism was going to die. So we shut down, we laid off, furloughed all of our people. Well, this was happening all over America, and our government said, oh my God, all these people are out of work. We've got to do something about it. So what they did is they said, not only are we going to give them their normal unemployment that they would normally get, we're going to give them an extra $300 a week, so that they can continue living the lifestyle that they did and hopefully continue to consume and keep our economy going. So all of a sudden you had a whole bunch of people who were like, hey, so I get my unemployment and I get $300 extra, and you're going to let me kind of chill at home. This is kind of awesome. So as the factories then started saying, oh my gosh, demand is still there, we got to ramp up, people were just like, dude, I'm good. I'm going to chill for a while and spend time with my kids that I never get to see because you work my ass off. So I'm going to stay home with the kids. So factory output has never come back. There's 8 million jobs open right now in America that people can't fill. McDonald's are paying people $50 just to come in for an interview. I mean, it's crazy.
Yes, and you're right here.
That could be, sir.
Yeah, or ma'am.
Or ma'am. We don't know.
But you're 100% right. I mean, the chip shortage has a lot of graphics card companies, the NVIDIAs of the world, have also felt this too. So you could probably take the graphics card out of your computer right now, or let's assume it's a computer, and you could probably sell it for more than what you paid for it, relatively speaking. I mean, like if you bought a graphics card within the last year, you could rip that sucker out and go sell it on the street, and you will get paid more because there is a shortage of graphics cards out there. And definitely crypto mining is a lot more efficient using graphics cards, using the GPUs, than they are using just a regular CPU. So there is a big push for GPUs out there, that's why companies like NVIDIA have been doing so well over the past year or so, and Intel, not so hot.
That's crazy.
It's totally crazy. But yeah, way more efficient mining on using a GPU. GPUs are, and this is my nerdy computer side coming out, but GPUs are much better at doing math than a CPU is.
Well, I've got a buddy who works at a mine, and they're gold miners, right? And he was talking about how for a year their mine hasn't gotten back to normal, because he says, look, we only have so many people that can do, like, I don't know what they're called, those huge dump trucks, they drive them. And he says, look, man, we've got 30 drivers that drive these huge trucks up and down the hill all day long, right? Ran around their whatever. And he said, when COVID hit, if we had 5 guys that were out for COVID, you can't just go to a temp agency and say, I need a guy that can handle 100-ton dump truck and not kill people.
Yeah,
and
you
so
need specialists. Those
5 trucks would just park for the day. So they had a reduced output of 20% because those guys were homesick for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So that is still kind of going through. We're still at the tail end of that in America, but it's hitting other regions at a different pace, and every company is dealing with it slightly different. And it's just the whole thing has just been chaos.
Until the free money dries up, it's going to be really hard to get back to normal. And even after that, once people say, okay, I'll get up my butt off the couch and I'll get back to work, it's going to take time to get back and being efficient and getting everything back. So we're into this for the long haul. The long haul being a couple of years, but this isn't going to fix itself overnight by any means.
No. So that's about it from Picker.
Thanks for all the comments, Jay. That was great. We had a lot of fun
awesome.
talking about that.
And we hope your name is Jay. And we just see it in your name there, but hope we're not calling you something wrong. So anyways, this was a good show. We sure appreciate the comments, man. That helps get the old thinker going. That's really fun for us. And maybe the market goes up tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Maybe we can sell key, run a daily show. That would be fun to do that. Might forget how to roll them random dice if we keep sitting like we are, but life is good. We're having fun.
We still have a lot of fun.
Yeah. Don't stress. When market's down, you only lose when you sell. It's just down right now. You haven't lost money yet. It's just not worth as much.
You still got the same amount of shares.
Yep. So
don't forget to subscribe, hit the links, hit the likes, Weeble, all that kind of stuff. Tell your friends, tell your mom.
For sure. And don't trade like that guy.
And don't trade like that guy.